Preventing Hepatitis in Central Kentucky. The goal of this speech is to persuade my audience to practice better hygiene and take further measures in prevention of hepatitis. It takes little effort to help prevent something so severe. It also takes little effort to help get the word out and convince others to take measures as well. Hepatitis, as you may know, is a very communicable disease found at high rates in Central Kentucky, despite it being very preventable with minimal effort. You can take a few more steps to improve your personal hygiene, and that's not very difficult to do. Getting your hepatitis vaccinations and watching what you eat can provide many health benefits. Needle exchange programs and countywide hygiene standards provide privacy and aid to those who don't want their situation known. Hepatitis has three main forms, and it can damage or completely destroy your liver, among other things, as well as cause death. Hepatitis is nothing you want to come in contact with by any means. Hepatitis can be easily prevented if most people took a little bit of action, and then many problems pertaining to the disease could be solved. Your personal hygiene is something that should be practiced daily, especially in today's world. Is your current hygiene routine enough to help combat viral hepatitis? Washing your hands is an absolute must after using any unclean surface. According to AHC Health News, there is fecal matter which can spread hepatitis A present on virtually all surfaces. 1 out of every 6 cell phones, for example. So you really should spend an extra 20 to 30 seconds to wash your hands, because it isn't a big deal to do so, with all things being considered. All bodily fluids will transmit hepatitis A. Practicing safe sex is also a must. Among other diseases, hepatitis is easily spread through sex, so the use of condoms is imperative. If safe sex is as easy as washing your hands, then why wouldn't you do it? Disinfect all unclean surfaces if you have the opportunity presented to you. It may be a good idea to carry around disinfectant wipes. For example, before you grab the pump handle at the gas station, put on a latex glove or wipe down the surface with the disinfectant wipe, since it only takes a few seconds to do so. Approximately 71% of all pump handles are highly contaminated with germs that are most highly associated with illness and disease, according to Reader's Digest. The hepatitis C virus can live up to 6 weeks on surfaces. So when it comes to normal cleaning time at home, work, or wherever you may be cleaning, use a cleaner that contains bleach or ethanol, which does kill the hepatitis C virus on surfaces. Hepatitis C is the most lethal strand of the three, and it may be in your best interest to take more effective measures when cleaning these potentially hazardous surfaces. There are more steps you can take to help prevent the spread of hepatitis. As easy as they are, why wouldn't you take these extra preventative measures? There are actually vaccines against 2 types of viral hepatitis. If you did go to public school in Kentucky for kindergarten through 12th grade, you more than likely have already had your 2 doses of the hepatitis A vaccination. However, Kentucky leads the nation in viral hepatitis C cases, although unfortunately there's no current vaccinations for this disease. There are vaccinations for hepatitis B. Hepatitis B does in fact cause chronic infections. The vaccination for hepatitis B is a 2-shot series with 98 to 100% effectiveness, and that lasts up to 30 years. So if it doesn't take much to get your vaccination scheduled, why wouldn't you get it? A good habit our parents wanted us to get into when we were younger was washing our fruits and vegetables before we eat them. And even though we were in the store, we would still sneak grapes or strawberries anyway. The statement of washing our food and vegetables before we eat them actually holds important value. Hepatitis A can actually be found on unpeeled or uncooked fruits and vegetables, shellfish, and even ice, according to Medline Plus. It would be a good idea to wait to eat your fruits and vegetables until you've washed them. It's also a good idea to research the market you get your fresh fruits and vegetables from, and to check and see if there's been any cases of disease or hepatitis traced back to that market. Restaurant food is also a vector for the spread of hepatitis A. There have been at least 21 Central Kentucky restaurants closed in the last 4 years in relation to hepatitis A. Although restaurant food only contributes to 5% of total hepatitis A cases, you probably wouldn't want to eat a sandwich from somewhere and later succumb to the agony of hepatitis A. This may have been preventable with some quick research. It only takes 2 clicks to find the restaurant you want to eat at and to check its history and health department rating per Google search engines. Local health departments are also a great resource in combating the spread of disease, hepatitis especially. Local government does have some responsibility in the prevention of the diseases as well. At virtually all health departments, there are needle exchange programs. These can be effective in that they can reduce the possibility of spreading hepatitis B and C of up to 60%. So if you or someone you know are concerned about the privacy of their injection drug use, then it is in their best interest, and this is the most discreet method of safely getting used and uncontaminated needles out of circulation. Used needles pose a extreme hazard when not properly disposed of. Leaving them on the ground in a parking lot or public park create a hazard for children and those who are trying to dispose of them. I strongly urge you to use these programs and to encourage them to do so as well. This will create not only safer practices for you or whoever participates, but it will create a safer environment for those in the community reducing the risk of spreading hepatitis, including your loved ones. Your local government is a resource available if you feel like there is a health risk to you or your community regarding any factor, in this case hepatitis. The job of your county health department is to keep your community safe from health hazards. If there are restaurants, workplaces, county or city facilities, parks, or anything else that you feel are unsafe and pose a risk for hepatitis, whether it be for uncleanliness, needles, or whatever the case may be, please act diligently on this issue. It doesn't take much effort to get in contact with the health department, and all you have to do is explain the situation to the health officials. From there, the health department will take action to fix the issues, whether it be updating guidelines, putting in needle disposal containers, or even closing the place down. The positive outcome of these scenarios will be the result of you getting in contact and potentially saving lives from these hazards. So, when are you going to take your opportunity to call these potential hazards out to your local government? You can make a difference in the safety of others. Hepatitis can be caught anywhere and from many different means of transmission. It is a very serious and devastating disease, not to mention one that can prove fatal. Why would you put yourself at a higher risk now that you not only know how, but why you should take action to prevent the further spread of this viral disease? Prevention is easy, and it only takes a little bit of time to perform the necessary measures needed to be safe. With the risk of contracting hepatitis being so high here in central Kentucky, it's imperative that you consider taking that small amount of time to ensure your health and the safety, as well as the health and safety of those you love.